1. What if Earth had two moons? Imagine looking up at the night sky and seeing not one, but two moons. It sounds beautiful, but in reality, it would be chaos. Two moons mean double the gravitational pull on our oceans. Tides would become unpredictable and extreme. Some areas could experience daily flooding. Others might face droughts. The interaction between the two moons could create orbital instability. They might tug on each other until one crashes into the other or into Earth. Our axial tilt could shift more frequently, affecting seasons and weather. Life on Earth, especially coastal life, may never have evolved the way it did, and human civilization might have developed very differently, if at all. 2. What if we could see black holes? Black holes are invisible, though they trap light. But what if we had evolved the ability to see gravitational distortions or radiation from the matter around them? The night sky would look like a swirling ocean of bent stars and glowing rings. We'd see the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way glowing faintly with X-ray energy. Some stars might appear stretched or duplicated due to gravitational lensing. Would we have feared the cosmos more or developed interstellar curiosity faster? Understanding black holes, this clearly might have advanced physics by centuries. But it would also mean being more aware of how fragile our place in the universe really is. 3. What if the solar system had a rogue planet? A rogue planet is a world that's been flung from its original star and now drifts alone through the galaxy. If one entered our solar system, the results could be catastrophic. Its gravity would disrupt planetary orbits. It could sling asteroids toward Earth. It might even destabilize Earth's path around the Sun, shifting us closer, causing global warming, or pulling us away, leading to an ice age. In the worst case, the rogue planet could collide with another body, causing an explosion visible across the system. In the best case, it becomes a new outer planet, a dark, cold world we could explore if we ever dared to get close. 4. What if the speed of light slowed down? Light is the universe's speed limit. It defines time, space, and causality. If the speed of light slowed down even slightly, the effects would ripple through the entire cosmos. Time itself would slow. GPS systems would fail instantly. Our understanding of physics, quantum mechanics, and relativity would fall apart. The distances between stars would shrink from our perspective, but travel would actually take longer. Communication with distant probes or space stations would lag. The universe's expansion might reverse, and black holes could grow larger and more powerful. We might even start seeing stars that previously hadn't reached us, or lose sight of those we used to see. 5. What if dark matter didn't exist? Dark matter doesn't glow, reflect, or absorb light. We've never seen it directly, but we know it's there because galaxies spin faster than visible matter alone can explain. So what if it didn't exist? Galaxies would fly apart. There wouldn't be enough gravity to hold stars together. Structures like galaxy clusters wouldn't form. The universe would be far more scattered, and life might never have had a stable environment to evolve. The fact that dark matter does exist and makes up 85% of all mass suggests we only understand a tiny fraction of the universe's true nature. 6. What if we could travel to the future? We can, technically. According to Einstein, if you travel fast enough, time slows down for you relative to everyone else. Astronauts aboard the ISS age slightly slower than us. But what if we could push that further? near the speed of light. You could travel for a few years on a ship, then return to Earth and find that centuries had passed. It's a one-way ticket. You can't come back to your original time. But it's real, and it's a key idea behind interstellar travel. If we ever build ships capable of such speeds, we'll be traveling into the future by default. 7. What if the universe had an edge? We assume the universe is infinite or loops around itself, like a 4D sphere. But what if it had a literal edge? What would be outside of space and time? We might find a boundary, a point beyond which physics doesn't work. No time, no matter, just silence. Or maybe another universe entirely. Some physicists believe that what we call the edge might just be a transition zone, where our universe ends and a multiverse begins. We're nowhere near exploring that far, but if we ever reach it, it might rewrite our understanding of everything, including reality itself. 8. What if Earth had rings like Saturn? If Earth had rings, they'd dominate our skies, visible even during the day in some places. At night, they'd be spectacular. But rings come with a cost. Their presence would change the amount of sunlight reaching certain regions, possibly cooling the planet. Depending on their composition and size, they might reflect solar radiation and alter global climate patterns. Satellites and spacecraft would have to navigate carefully or risk being destroyed. And as the rings slowly decayed over millions of years, debris would rain down onto the atmosphere, burning as meteor showers. Beautiful and dangerous. 9. What if a supernova exploded near Earth? Supernovas are stellar explosions that can outshine an entire galaxy. If one occurred within 50 light-years of Earth, the radiation would destroy our ozone layer. Ultraviolet radiation from the sun would then scorch the surface. Marine life would collapse. Crops would fail. Radiation sickness would spread. There's evidence this might have happened during past extinction events. Fortunately, the nearest star likely to go supernova soon, Betelgeuse, is about 650 light-years away. But the galaxy is big, and we're still finding new stars nearby. The next one could be closer than we think. 10. What if the moon had an atmosphere? If the moon had a thick atmosphere, it could trap heat, protect against radiation, and maybe even support life. But because the moon has weak gravity and no magnetic field, solar wind would strip any atmosphere away quickly. Even if we artificially gave it an atmosphere, it would only last a few thousand years. However, a temporary one might allow humans to live and work on the surface without bulky suits, dramatically expanding our presence in space. Terraforming the moon is theoretically possible, but it would require constant effort, like shielding it with a magnetic field or resupplying gases continuously. 11. What if Earth was inside a nebula? If Earth were inside a nebula, one of those colorful clouds of gas and dust, the sky would glow with eerie light, even at night. Nebulas form stars, so we'd be near intense radiation, powerful winds, and possibly supernova candidates. Photosynthesis might be disrupted. Earth's atmosphere could become charged with high-energy particles. Life might have never formed here. On the plus side, our sky would be stunning, glowing in reds, purples, and blues. But it would be dangerous beauty, because nebulae are some of the most violent nurseries in space. 12. What if the sun's gravity suddenly doubled? If the sun's gravity doubled overnight, Earth's orbit would collapse. We'd spiral closer, getting scorched as temperatures soared. Within weeks, oceans would boil. The atmosphere would thin, Plants would die. The inner planets would fall into the sun. Jupiter might shift inward. The entire solar system would destabilize. But gravity can't just increase unless something added mass to the sun. A nearby star colliding with it, for example, could double its mass, turning it into a more dangerous and active star. In that case, we'd have much bigger problems than just heat. 13. What if the Milky Way collided with another galaxy? This will happen in about 4.5 billion years. The Milky Way will collide with the Andromeda Galaxy. Stars won't smash into each other, but gravity will twist everything. Our solar system might be flung into deep space or dragged closer to the new galactic core. The night sky would be incredible. Andromeda would stretch across it like a cosmic ribbon. New stars would form, old ones would die, and black holes could merge, sending out gravitational waves. It's a slow-motion apocalypse that turns into a rebirth. 14. What if the Earth's core stopped spinning? Earth's spinning iron core generates our magnetic field. If it stopped, that shield would collapse, exposing us to deadly cosmic radiation. Auroras would vanish. Satellites could fail. GPS systems would break down. Over time, the sun's radiation might strip away the atmosphere, just like it did on Mars. While the surface wouldn't freeze or burn immediately, the long-term effects would make Earth less and less habitable. Luckily, Earth's core isn't likely to stop anytime soon, but it is slowing down and reversing slightly, as recent studies show. 15. What if we found life on a nearby moon? If we discovered life on Europa, Titan, or Enceladus, even microbes, it would change everything. Life would no longer be unique to Earth. It would prove that given the right conditions, biology finds a way. Scientists would rush to study it carefully to avoid contamination. Religious, philosophical, and scientific communities would all react differently. If life evolved twice in one solar system, it probably exists all over the galaxy. The real question wouldn't be, are we alone anymore? It would be, what else is out there, and how long before it finds us?